all right. Hey, everybody, and welcome. It is Saturday night. We are live streaming. This is my favorite time of the week. Let me just make sure the audio is coming through, and it is perfecto. Hope everybody out there is doing great. Gonna check in on the comments and see who all is here. Avery had a family matter today, so he may or may not be able to join us, but it's okay. If he can't, that's all right. That's all right. We love him. Send him our good wishes. But sometimes family obligations means family obligations. You all understand that. Let's see here. Sarah's here. Sarah says, good evening from extremely wet and rainy Connecticut. Okay. We were supposed to get rain today. It rained in the morning, rained a little bit in the afternoon, and that was it. So we're expecting more rain tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. Sarah says, I'm back from this week. Had to work last Saturday. Oh, well, that's okay. We're glad you're here. Jim's here. Jim checks in, says, hello all. Happy wet Saturday night. Lots of rain today. Jim says, good evening to Sarah. Cross is here. Rick is in the house. How you doing, my friend? He says, hi all. Sarah says, hi to Jim. Star Chaser's in the house as well. Hello all. BB's here, says hello to everybody. Jim says good evening to Cross. BB says I made it in time. Well, great. I was a few minutes late because I was watching a movie with the wife, and I had to double check my phone because we have a digital clock that literally sits in front of the TV so that while we're watching, we always know what time it is. And I'll be damned if that clock ain't 5 minutes slow. So I'm looking at it and it goes 7:54, and all right, I got time. And I look at my phone and it's like 7:59, and I'm like, crap. That's why I'm late, because we have sucky clocks in the house. Births is here and says hello everyone in the chat. Welcome. Dave's here. Dave says hello to Drew. Manuel, my good friend, says good evening to BB. Happy Sunday morning. Pamela's here, says hello to everybody. Welcome to the show, Pamela. Manuel's here. I already said that. Says hello to Births. BB says hello to Manuel. Darlene's in the house. Says hello, everyone. Snow here. Snow, then rain today. IG West 1 says, there's a kitty. Yes. Let's see. Where is she at? She's here somewhere. I think maybe she's in the window. But that would be the pretty Princess Regal that is in my office. BB says, hey to Drew. Welcome. Jim says, good evening to Births. Junior's here, says, hey. Welcome to the show. JG West says, what's the kitty's name? That would be Regal. Sarah's here, says, oh boy, hope everything is okay with everything. Oh yeah, he's fine. But he just has family obligations and stuff like that happens. Manuel says, Pamela, happy Saturday. Tim says, good evening from Cartersville, Georgia tonight. Good evening, all. Welcome to the show, Tim. Manuel says, happy Saturday to Sarah. Jim says, good evening to Manuel. Manuel says, happy Saturday to Tim. Angel's here. Hey, Angel, says, I'm watching a scary movie. I got to go. Sorry. Oh, no problem. I understand. How many of you like to watch scary movies in the dark? Like turn off all the lights while you're watching the movie. If you're of course, I'm talking about if you're watching at home. I'm not a big fan of that. As a matter of fact, there is one thing in the house that I put my foot down all the time. In our bathroom, the shower curtain, you have the clear liner that goes on the inside, and then you have the curtain on the outside. The curtain on the outside in our bathroom is very dark. The whole motif of the bathroom is like dark purple and dark blue. So it's very, very dark. I cannot handle it when I go into the bathroom and somebody has shut the curtain. Cannot handle it. It has to be open. I have to open it. I cannot go into the bathroom with the shower curtain closed in the shower. It's just it's not an overwhelming fear, but it is. Anybody else have that? Anything else? Anybody out there? Do you watch scary movies in the dark? And do you have any compulsions like that? And we can make that a topic conversation. And then once again, there she is. Hey, beep, beep, beep. Hey, Regal. You wanna say hi to everybody? She's my she's my mellow, easygoing cat. She the only thing that she demands is when I'm in here by myself, she will sit outside that door and tell me, "Open the door, open the door, open the door," until somebody gets up and opens. I've even had my wife I've had my headphones on. My wife will come and open the door and let her in because she gets very vocal. None of the other cats do that except for her. She demands entrance, and she demands it. Anyway, let's get back up on the chat. Manuel says, "Hey to Jim." Cross says, "I'm doing good. Fantastic." Manuel says, "Hey to Angel." Pamela says, "Hey to Jim." Manuel says, "Hey to Cross." Tim says, "My wife and I went an adult prom last Saturday night to celebrate my birthday." Okay, that sounds awesome. An adult prom. Does that mean like dancing and all that good stuff? That's great. Cross says, "Late due to technology." Okay. BB says, "I was refilling my meds. LOL. Still had to finish that." I understand that completely. There's oftentimes I have a one of those separators for every day of the week, and if I get down to the last day and I use it, I'll just say screw it. I don't need them. Are you knocking stuff over? She's knocking stuff over. Well, that's okay. Jim says good evening to Tim. Jim says good evening to Pamela. Manuel says hello to Darlene. Manuel says, "Yes, I see your cat in your office, friend Drew." Yep, she's here. Sarah says, "Thanks to Manuel." Jim says, "My brother cat's name is Seamus." Okay. Well, her name's where'd she go? Oh, she's over here. Her name's Regal because when we got her, my son was working at his theater, and it was a Regal theater. And one of the girls he worked with saw a kitten trying to cross 4 lanes of the highway and scooped him up and brought it to my son and said, "Look at this beautiful little kitty." And I mean, she was a kitten. And he brought her home, and we kept her. And Regal was her name. And I always tell her she's the pretty princess. Oh, now she's waiting to be let out. Hold on a second, guys. Hey, you need to go out? All right, come here. Come on, go on. Go on. Honestly, what I think it is I'm talking to myself and she realizes I'm ignoring her. And if she's not the center of attention, she's like, I'm out of here. Sarah says, "I like watching scary movies." I like some scary movies, but in general, I don't like scary movies. I especially don't like the jump scare movies where things jump out at you. My wife and my son love those things. They go see them all the time, and I'm like, nope, go have fun. I skip it. Pamela says, "Love to watch scary movies in the dark." Not a fan, but yeah. Angel says, "I do love it." Excellent, excellent. Tim says, "I did get a call about new Medicare cards this week. It only lasted about 30 seconds. um, what did I get? I got a lot of something this week. Last week it was the subsidy calls. This week it was a general thing. It wasn't anything in particular, but I got a lot of different calls. So BB says, "I'm really not into scary or horror movies, but I have watched a few." The last scary movie that the wife and I went and saw that I enjoyed was the one called The Black Phone. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that one. It's kind of a ghost movie, but it wasn't jump scares. I hate jump scares. Can't stand jump scares. Oh, that's kind of where I get the overwhelming fear of the closed shower curtain. Is something's going to jump out at me. Not a big fan. Manuel says, "I love watching scary movies." All right. Jim says, "I used to watch scary movies in the dark one night. I heard a really loud bang outside. I hit the ceiling." Yep, that would be me. Stacy says, "Hey, Drew." Hey, Stacy, how's it going? Welcome to the show. Cross says, "Think Andrew watched Psycho 1 too many times." I don't think I've ever actually watched Psycho from start to finish. Start to finish. I've seen snippets of it, but I don't think I've ever watched the whole thing. Stacy says hey to the chat and hey to Cross. Sarah says how many Fridays? 5 Fridays left. Yeah. What's so crazy is I have technically that means I only have 25 working days left, and I have like 6 vacation days that I either I use them, or I can get paid out for them, or I lose them. I'm not sure. I don't think I would lose them, but I was telling my coworker that if I used all of them, it just lessens how many days I have left. But I'm getting excited. I just can't. Every time I meet with you guys, it's one more week closer, and I'm so happy. Tim says I work nights, and nearby was a large graveyard. Oh, don't think I could handle that. I worked alone and had to go outside. Oh boy. Cross says hi to Stacy. Stacy says hey to Manuel. 2008 Amp 1 says hello, Andrew. Welcome to the show. Jim says hey to Stacy. BB says I've been watching YouTube videos of crimes from the 1800s. Some of those are rather graphic. Really? Okay. Stacy says hey to Jim. Manuel sends a whole bunch of smiley faces for the cat. Stacy says hey to BB. Shay's here. Hey Shay, how's it going? Says meow. Yeah, I've let her out, so hopefully it'll be nice and quiet and calm here this evening. But if she starts meowing, I'll have to let her in, because she will not stop until you let her in. Pamela says hello to Manuel. Manuel says Shay, happy Saturday night. Darlene says Izzy, my cat, insists on the bedroom door open. She will scratch the door nonstop to get in. None of the cats will scratch the door. The dog will scratch the door, and he only comes to my office if my mother-in-law leaves the house. If she leaves to go out somewhere with somebody, or goes outside to do something in the garden, he comes to me because he has to be with somebody, and I'm his preferred backup person. But he will scratch at the door till I let him in. Stacy says morning. A Sunday morning here, Manuel. That's right, Stacy. Shay says you too. BB says that's what cats do. Laugh out loud. Well, it's on the list of things they do. Knock things over or off. Yes. The monster. Betsy. When I'm working in here, if she gets into my office, she will jump up onto my desk, and I have stacks of stuff all over my desk. She will literally start knocking stuff off until she finds something she wants to play with. And she loves it when I take an old receipt or a piece of paper or anything and ball it up and throw it so that she can go chase it and bat it around and bring it back to me. She will literally just start knocking stuff off my desk until she finds a receipt or anything like that for me to make a ball out of. She is a very demanding monster. Stacy says hey to Darlene and hey to Pamela. Burst says when my spicy cat gets mad at me, she'll get up from the breakfast bar and knock off whatever is on it. Yep. I used to have a cat who every morning, the way he woke me up is I, of course, would take my glasses off, and my glasses would be on the nightstand next to me. He would wake me up every morning by knocking my glasses onto the floor, and it made enough of a rattle that it would wake me up. And he did that every single morning. But that's okay. That was his way of gently telling me it's time to get up and feed him. Stacy says, I don't watch scary movies. I'm with you right there. Sarah says, smash the like button. Oh, yes. If you get an opportunity, hit the like button. I always forget that. Thank you, Sarah. Manuel says, my sister friend came to my house today. We talked about scammers. She told me her husband got scammed by a woman who lived in the UK and sent a check under her name. She closed her account and her husband opened a new account. Oh, goodness. That's horrible. There are so many scammers out there. Jim says, where's Avery? He had a family obligation this evening. He said he might be able to make it, but they were going to have to drive like 3 or 4 hours and then drive back. And he's like, he may not be up for when he gets back. So it's okay. I told him he's free. He's free to roam. Free to roam. I can handle it myself. I'm on it. I'm on it. I got you all here. I don't need nobody else. Stacy says, I like thrillers and whodunits. I have a wide variety of stuff that I like. I like thrillers. I like action. I like drama. I like crime. I like musicals. Believe it or not, I'm a big fan of some musicals. I like animated features. I like a whole lot of stuff. But there's one movie coming out. It's an animated movie from DreamWorks. I saw the trailer and it was really, really interesting. It was the Nature Robot or the Robot Nature or something. It's literally about a robot that gets stranded on an island or a planet, and there's just all different animals and all around, and he adapts by mimicking some of the animals. Like you see him trying to climb up a wall and there's a crab climbing up the wall, so he starts walking like the crab. And it's just the animation looks freaking awesome. And during the entire preview, I think there might have been like some background dialogue, but no, you don't hear anybody talking, any of the characters, because they're all animals and the robot. So I don't know who's voicing anything, but there was enough fantastic animation in the trailer that I already told the wife, we got to see that one. And she's like, okay. She gives in to me all the time. I love it. But I give in to her movies too. We see some really dumb movies. Because she likes the stupid funny ones, like Scary Movie, that series. She likes those kind of movies. Where me, I'm like, I hate that stuff, but I do it for her. That's funny. I'll tell you a funny quick story. Tim says the prom was a fundraiser for a nursing scholarship from my late granddaughter. Oh wow, a fundraiser for a nursing scholarship. Well, that's great. I hope you were able to make a lot of money for it. That's awesome. Very good. Manuel says, I smashed the like button. Excellent. Darlene says, I watched the movie The Ring in the dark at about 3 a.m. Nope. See, I couldn't do that. Nope. You're way more daring than I am. Tattle says, hit the like button. Yes, Tattle. Thank you. Thank you so much. BB says, yeah, I don't like the jump out kind either or anything like the Saw movies, but oddly, I was okay with Diary of a Vampire. Weird. See, I'm not into slasher movies. And I think I was traumatized as a kid with a jump scare show. Do you guys remember the original Tales of the Crypt? It was a serialized thing on HBO. It came out when I was a kid, and I don't know if the first episode or if it was one of the early episodes was the one about the Santa Claus axe killer. Some of you guys might be familiar with this, but I remember there's a scene where somebody's looking out like a little window and the axe killer pops up, and I'm like, nope, that's it, I'm done. Nope, can't do that. Cannot do that. But yeah, that's the kind of thing the jump scares where it jumps out at you. Oh, nope. Manuel says, hey to Tattle. Shay sends thumbs up. Jim says, I'm watching Wakanda Forever on Disney Plus. Very good. Oh, the movie we're watching tonight was the American Samoa soccer movie, Next Goal Wins. We were almost, there was like 20 minutes left in the movie when I realized I had to hurry up and start the live stream. So I haven't seen the end of it. So nobody out there spoil it for me if you've seen it. But it's a cute movie. It's a cute movie. Stacy says hello to Tattle. Burr says, when The Exorcist came out, my oldest brother was 14 and I was 8. He snuck in to see it with some friends and had nightmares for 2 weeks and slept for the whole time. Oh wow. I only saw The Exorcist like within the last couple of years. I never saw it until recently. It was on Netflix, I think, or maybe it was HBO Max. I don't remember, but I watched it for the first time, and of course, had to do it in my office. Had to do it with all the lights on. Prior to that, I'd never seen it, so that's not one that I would have rushed out to see. Let's put it that way. Stacy says hello to Births. BB says, hey to Stacy. Bert says, my partner forbade the rest of us from seeing any scary movies until we were 18. Really? So my wife and my son, now my son works at a movie theater, so he's exposed to a lot of movies. And whenever he like gets tickets to go see a movie for free or can go do like a family and friends event where he doesn't have to pay anything, he loves to go to those, and he likes to invite us or my daughter and her fiance. But when it's a scary movie, my wife and him, you guys go have a good time, go enjoy. Not my thing. Not my thing. Sarah says, "Are we going to see your dog?" I don't think so. My mother-in-law's here, so when she is home, he is curled up in her lap or next to her in her chair, and he doesn't normally leave her unless he absolutely has to. So unless she gets up and goes somewhere, he's not going to bother. Bert says, "Parents, I meant." Oh, okay, gotcha. Stacy says hello to Sarah. Manuel says happy Sunday to Stacy. Stacy says thanks to Manuel. Glenn's here. Glenn's in the house. Very good. Glenn says running late for good reason. Thought I had a cold starting Wednesday. Just tested positive for COVID. Oh no! I was just acting like a cold so far. Okay. Well, we were talking about it a couple weeks ago. They put out the new rules that if you have gotten COVID, but you're no longer running a fever for more than 24 hours, you can go back to work. You can socialize again, which is crazy because you guys may have remembered at the beginning of the pandemic, if you tested positive, even if you didn't have symptoms, your ass was sent home for, 10, 14 days? They forced you, made everybody go home and quarantine and all that. It was crazy. But now it's like no temperature for 24 hours. Get back to work. Get back to work. Manuel says hey to Glenn. Stacy says hey to Glenn. Tim says, I watched The Day the Earth Stood Still many years ago. I do not like scary movies. Also watched Last House on the Left when I was a teenager at the drive-in. Oh, okay. I can only remember going to the drive-in a few times in my life, but the movies that I remember seeing at the drive-in, my parents took me and my sister to a double feature of Cull, which is the sci-fi movie, and it was Cull and Eddie Murphy. Not Eddie Murphy. It was, what's his name in the Toy? I think, was it The Toy? Crap. Anyway, I remember Cull. That was the one I liked. But that's a long time ago. Tattle says, got 3 calls within an hour from American Solar. I asked all about setting up an appointment, all hung up without any explanation. Really? I find it funny when I get a call, especially like from the accident helpline. They're like, have you had an accident within the last 2 years? And yes, I have. Click. It's like, aren't you calling to help me? You dorks. No, they're not calling to help you. BB says, when my cat is mad or upset, she goes and sharpens her claws. LOL. I think she's trying to tell me something. Colby's here, says, a real question is, do you have Medicare Parts A and B? Have I got a deal for you? Thank you, Colby. Welcome to the show. Jim says, we had a female cat that knocks the kitchen garbage can over, and left a big mess on the kitchen floor. I had to clean it up. Boy, I was mad. Oh boy. I don't think anybody here has ever knocked over the trash can, but they like to go through whatever's on your desk. They knock over stuff off my mother-in-law's desk all the time. It's pretty funny because you hear her yell and scream when it happens. Bert says, of course, your cat is. Yes, she is. She's wonderful. Manuel says hello to Colby. BB says, oh, oddly enough, I like The Shining and also Sling Blade. Sling Blade was a good movie. I know I've seen The Shining from start to finish, but there's so much of that movie that is not explained. And if you've read from what I understand, I've never read the book, but if you read the book, it explains so much more about the things that go on in that movie that you really don't get just by watching the movie. There's no explanation to a lot of stuff. Now, have you seen the follow-up, which is the sequel to The Shining? What is the name of it? Doctor Sleep, I think. Yeah, I mean, it's not so much scary. It's not scary. It's interesting. But yeah. Julio's here. Hey, Julio says, hello, my name is Julio Reyes from Park Ridge, New York. Love your show. It's surprising how those Indian scammers, they all have American sounding names. Unreal. Yeah, well, they pick some weird ones. I always find it funny when it's Mike, or Charles or some very easy, but lately they've been expanding. I got the one guy who said his name was Bruce, and I'm like, oh yeah, Bruce. Yeah, that's definitely your name, dude. Always funny. Sarah says, really good thriller movie is called The Gift. Jason Bateman is in it. The Gift. I'm trying to think if I've seen that one. I know I've heard of it, but I don't think I've ever seen that one. Jason Bateman's pretty good. So let's see. Jim says, hello to Julio. I live in New Jersey also. Stacy says, I love The Gift, Sarah. It was awesome. Okay. BB says, that sounds like a cute movie. What's it called again, Drew? That sounds like a cute movie. Which one are you talking about? Was it the Eddie Murphy? Wasn't Eddie Murphy. It was, I forgot the name of the guy. You guys know I'm horrible with names. I barely remember my own. Manuel says, I watch actor movie and thrillers and comic movies. Very good. I just rewatched Black Adam again the other day. I enjoyed that one. Sarah says hi to Stacy. Sue's here. Hey, Sue says hi. Susie Garcia here. Great show. Great show. Much needed. Do you think scammers are getting worse since the internet? I did want to talk about that a little bit this evening. I get a lot of comments on my videos. And I'm not sure if it's the same people over and over again, but a lot of people put out this, never say yes. They're recording you and they're going to use it and so forth. I don't know. There's a level of intelligence necessary to pull off some type of scam like that, where you're recording somebody and then using their voice in order to try to do something with it. And you guys have heard my calls. These people are not that smart. They are dumb as rocks. And I don't know. I think telling people don't ever say yes because they're going to use it. It's kind of like you guys have gone to a gas station, right? And you've seen the sign on the gas pumps that say, don't use your cell phone because the static electricity from your cell phone could cause a fire or whatever. From what I understand, that was a completely, totally 100% made up warning that got out there, and people took it seriously, even though it's never, ever, ever, ever happened. No cell phone has ever caused an explosion at a gas station, from what I understand. And it's one of those trolling things where they say it so much that it becomes part of, the story of life. The warnings that you see on gas station pumps. I'm almost thinking that this whole don't say yes because they're going to is kind of like that. It's kind of one of those scare tactics to try to see if they can convince people that that's really happening. But you guys know that when they call me, I'm using completely made up names, made up date of birth, fake address. Everything I give them is correct. Barely do I ever give them any bit of information, even a sliver of information that's actually real. If they want to try to use a recording from me to try to access information from Timothy or Eugene or Carl's bank accounts or Medicare, it's not going to work. You want to know why? Because those people don't exist. So telling people don't ever say yes because they're going to use, for who? Really? But then again, if they have your real name, and there have been situations where they've called and they've known my name, they've known my address, they've known my date of birth, my age, but there's other times when they know absolutely crap about me. And it's not like I'm hiding. I'm me. I'm always me. I don't know if you guys remember it. There was one video that I put out in which the guy was being real snarky
about how it's like, I have your age and your date of birth. I even have your bank account number. And I'm like, yeah, those all sound like made up numbers. And that's what it was. It was all made up stuff that I'd given to somebody in the past. And yeah, they have a record of it, but it's all fake. So go for it, buddy. But when it comes to, are the scammers getting worse? They're hiring more and more dumb people. Meaning, if you fall for this scam, talking to some of these idiots, shame on you, really, because these people are really, really dumb. But is it because of the internet? Maybe. I mean, I think a lot of their information comes from the internet. A lot of companies that have our personal information are out there selling it and giving it away. As a matter of fact, there was a news story on the news about Florida. The state of Florida was selling DMV information to companies, meaning names, addresses, email addresses, and so forth. And that there's actually a law that allows the state of Florida to sell DMV records to companies, legitimate advertising companies. And they were talking about how the state of Florida has made hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars, and they're literally selling our information here in Florida like pennies on the dollar, like 3 cents or something. But because they sell so much of it, the state of Florida has made millions of dollars. And they also say, well, it's one of the reasons why we don't have a state income tax is because they sell your personal information from the DMV. Okay, so your privacy is out the window, but hey, at least you're not paying higher taxes. But the other thing that the news reporter was saying was, your information is going to legitimate business practices, business companies that do advertising. But nothing stops those companies from reselling that information or getting a security breach and having your information go out to somebody who you really don't want to have that information. So is the internet causing this, or is our own government selling your information? There's good and bad to everything, but you know what? If you get calls like the ones I get, just have fun with them, because I do. But that's a crazy thought that our own state government, and I'm sure the federal government does it as well, is selling your information. Just be aware. It might be happening in your state as well. BB says, yikes, I think that would traumatize me too. Manuel says, hello to Sue. Want to see if I can get caught up here. Clifford's here. Hey, Clifford says, hey there. Haven't made one of these in a while. Good to see you. Well, welcome, my friend. Welcome. BB says, Psycho scared me. Have you ever watched, BB, did you ever watch the TV series that they made based on Psycho, Bates Motel? The wife and I really enjoyed that. That was a good show. I don't really know if I ever finished watching it because we always watched it on demand. But that was a good show. It was a good show based on the whole Psycho characters. Let's see here. Darlene says, Izzy is refusing to take her twice-a-day thyroid pill in the pill pockets. Got to call the vet to change to ear medication. Do you know what I've done? Recently, our dog here, had to have a pill, just a, he has issues with pollen. Pollen causes his skin to break out, and we're right now in heavy pollen season. So if he goes outside, it can affect him. Crush up the pill and mix it in with whipped cream. He licks that down and eats it every single time. Now, I don't know if a cat would do that, but a dog sure as heck would. So we used to, with my dog, my dog that I used to have, he's no longer with us, but I would have to put that pill down his throat in order to get him to take it. And freaking A, if I knew whipped cream, that would have been so much easier. I literally one time took a PVC pipe and put it in his mouth and tried to drop the pill down the PVC pipe to get it to go in his mouth. He didn't go for that. He was not happy with that one. But I was trying. All different ways to do it. But Manuel says, hey to Clifford. Christina's here and says, hi all. Welcome to the show. Sarah says, how's the wedding plans going? From what I understand, everything is on schedule. I actually went and saw the girl Friday. She was showing me some of the crafts. She's doing a lot of the decorations all by herself. One of the things that she did is the invitation was this multi-level folding thing. She hand did every single one of them, and they're beautiful. And if I can find where one's at next time, I'll show it to you guys. But she made these really pretty hand done, handcrafted wedding invitations. They were really nice. But so far everything's going well. Actually, today was the bachelor and bachelorette / party type thing. Instead of doing a party, they were doing a kind of like a bar hop down in St. Augustine. My sister and her husband and some other people were taking them, and they were going to go just have a ball, just go do their thing. And I declined. Even though I was invited, I declined because, number one, it included heavy amounts of walking, and there was also potential for heavy amounts of drinking. And those are two things I don't do very well. Don't drink at all, so I'd be a total buzzkill in that situation. Manuel says, my friend Drew, American Capra is come. I don't know what that is, but okay. Clark's here. Hey, Clark says, yes, I remember Tales from the Crypt and wouldn't watch anything after the first 3 episodes back in 1989. Honestly, I think I can only remember like 2 episodes. The Axe Killer Santa Claus and it was the one about the grave robbers who ended up being ghouls or something that ate corpses. Yeah, I know. But I remember those as being a kid. I've rewatched some of them since I was a kid, and they weren't as scary, but as a kid, they freaked me out. Oh, BB says the movie The Tingler scared me as a kid, but as an adult, I thought it was so stupid. Actually, no, there's 2 movies that have traumatized me and scared me more than anything. The first was the Disney classic Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. When the Wicked Witch turns into the old hag, oh my God, that just scares the ever living crap out of me. That old I used to have an art of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and I remember what page there was a double page splash of that image of her like staring right at you, and I used to get to it, and I used to grab the other page and I would turn it and turn 2 pages at a time because I could not handle staring at that old lady. That scared the ever living crap out of me. And the second movie, believe it or not, is the movie called The Walk. And it's the true story about the guy who tightrope walked between the Twin Towers. If you guys have never seen this movie, it scared the ever living crap out of me. I did not, and I told my wife, I did not know that I was deathly afraid of heights until I watched that movie. And as a matter of fact, when the wife and I saw the preview in the theater for that movie, I'm like, honey, I cannot do this. I'm just watching the preview scared the ever living crap out of me. And eventually I bought the movie and brought it home, and my wife and I watched it in the living room. And there were parts of the movie where I kept having to pause it because my heart was like going to jump out of my chest. And my wife's looking at, are you okay? And I'm like, honey, I cannot handle this. It looked so real. The movie was so well made that it absolutely scared the ever living out of me. There's literally a part, if you guys have never seen this movie, there is a part in this crazy ass movie where this guy is tightrope walking between the Twin Towers, and he freaking lays down on his back on the wire, and oh my gosh, my heart. I own this movie. I've watched it once. I've never watched it again. I probably could not handle it, but I had to watch it in my own home, in my own living room, and it still scared the ever living crap out of me. Cannot handle that. Just cannot handle that. But scary movies, whatever. I'll either avoid altogether or I really don't care. But Verse says, on Monday, while waiting for a telehealth appointment, I got a life insurance scam call. I got animated and said, could you call me back? Then I'd have to robbing the bank. I wonder why he hung up. That's funny. That's funny. You guys give me such good ideas from time to time. I love it. BB says, hey to Glenn. Get well soon. Absolutely, Glenn. Please take care. Manuel says, coming this June, 2024, different country coming to come this June, star 2024, different country coming to the USA. Okay, I'm not sure what you're talking about there, but tell me more, Manuel. Christina says, I used Grandma got run over by the reindeer spiel on that accident scammers. Took them a while to catch on, and they cursed me for wasting their time. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Stacy says, I liked Wolf Creek. Gory but suspenseful. Wolf Creek, I don't think I've seen that. I think I've heard of it, but I don't think I've ever seen it. Okay, I'll have to keep an eye out for it. Manuel says, hello to Christina. Jim says, Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Hellraiser traumatized me. I never watched either of those two movies when I was younger, even though they came out when I was young. It was much later in life that I watched them, and I as an adult, I handled them better than had I been a kid. I think the one that really traumatized me as a kid a little bit was Nightbreed. I don't know if you guys remember that one, but that one, that was the same. I believe that the original book, Clive Barker, scary. Sue says, are you answering questions about scams or just scary movies tonight? Pretty much answered questions about everything, Sue. Anything you want to ask, go ahead, and we'll talk about it. Tattle says, solar scammers ask a question that the pre-screener asked. When I said I was already asked that, he hung up without comment. Tattle, you got to keep him on the line as long as you can, man. You know? Glenn says, call the Deluxe Loyalty Program. They're sending me a $100 check to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. I only need to give them my account number and routing number for $3.49. Wasted 31 minutes of their time. Absolutely freaking fantastic, Glenn. Good job. Tim says, there is a drive-in still in action about 40 miles from my home. They have 2 screens. Really? That's cool. I think the only drive-through I know of here in town has been closed for many years. It was actually out by where Avery used to live when we were kids. But it's been years and years and years since I was out there. I don't think there is a drive-in anywhere around here. Darlene says, they recognize your voice from the answer. Yeah, probably. Manuel says, hey, I miss Monster Cat. Yeah, she's out there. Oh, she's such a pain in the butt. Actually, while we were eating dinner, we were watching the movie, and she came and she sat in my lap and like curled up on my leg, and I said, oh, poor little kitty. And then I had to kick her out so I can come and be with you guys. But it happens. Sarah says, Richard, it was really good. Stacy wasn't. Oh, yes, Richard Pryor. There you go. That's it. Sarah says, if it I meant, yes, gotcha. No, you did good. BB says, I don't consider Sling Blade so much as a scary or horror movie, more like a statement about people and how awful they can be. But it did have that's one of those ones where the bad guy, the abuser, gets what he deserves in the end. So in my mind, that's a good movie. Glenn says, what's your favorite classic sci-fi movie? I tend to lean towards Forbidden Planet. It would have to be The Day the Earth Stood Still, the original black and white version. When I was in elementary school, whenever we had one of those days where there was nothing to do, the teachers would literally pull out the big camera with the wheels, the film, and we would watch that movie. And probably in like a 2-year span, I've watched it like 6 times at school. And it's one of my dad's all-time favorites, and it's like one of those classics that I love. Good flick. Manuel says hello to Julia. Tim says, watch the new Roadhouse today. Yeah, what did you think? Haven't watched it yet. It's on my list. Sarah says, Richard Pryor. Yes, you got it. Tattle says, solar scammers asked me if I was a homeowner. I asked if he called non-homeowners. He hung up. This is an answer they should know before calling. They also call those who already have solar. I always find it funny when they say people in your neighborhood are putting up solar panels. I'm like, where? I've driven through my neighborhood. There's nobody through here. There might be one crazy like recluse in the back of the development that has them, but that would be it. Nobody else is putting them up. BB says the one with the robot on the island, the animated movie. Oh, you mean the Iron Giant? That's a good flick. That's a good one. Julio says, good to know from Jim. Am on Bergen County. Okay. I'm assuming that's yeah. Clifford says, I remember my friend's parents got a letter back in 1997 or so. It was a snail mail 419 scam, Nigerian prince. Really? I've never actually gotten one of those letters. I've only ever heard of them. So that's cool. Jim says, Julio, Somerset County. Okay. Vicky says, good evening all. Hey, welcome, Vicky. Movie talk. There are 2 drive-ins within a half hour of me. First horror movie I remember was Willard and the Rats. Really? Okay. Ironically, we had quite a few pet rats. Laugh out loud. That's cool. I think I remember the remake of Willard more than the original one, because it was the remake was with the guy who was Marty McFly's dad in Back to the Future. He was also the bad guy in the original, or not the original, but the Charlie's Angels with Cameron Diaz and what's her name, Drew Barrymore and Lucy Liu. I remember the remake. That was supposed to be like his standalone movie, and I don't think there's a lot of people out there that ever saw it. Unfortunately, Kai says, hi, welcome to the show. Bill's here. Bill's in the house. He says, live. Absolutely, we're live. Manuel says hello to Bill. Bill sends pink waving hand to Manuel. Manuel says, unfortunately, happy Saturday. Unfortunate Kai. Tattle says, I've heard that with AI, the day is coming in which scammers will be able to duplicate our voices and use our phone list to call people we know and pretend to be us and ask for money. I've heard that as a theory, but that would require the scammers to have a level of technology and a level of intelligence to use the technology. That's like saying I don't see AI taking over the world or starting a nuclear holocaust, because AI right now is still pretty dumb. I don't know if you guys have had any direct not conversations, but interactions with AI. There's some of it is not very bright. It's still learning. Right now, it's a lot of what's happening is based on what's already out there, and you guys know there's a lot of dumb people out there, so I don't know if it'll work or not, but we'll see. Eventually, yeah, we'll see. RK's here. Hey, how's it going? Hello, Drew. Hi, and happy Saturday. Welcome to the show. Manuel says hey to RK. RK says hi to Manuel. Clifford says to Manuel, hello, Manuel. How are you? I'm doing well. Fantastic. BB says, I think it's a combination of the government and the internet. Well, the government doesn't do anything to stop scammers. They really don't. They don't. And what's really sad about that is when you think about who are the primary targets and victims of scams. And for the longest time, it's always been senior citizens. I keep hearing people say it's the next gen, the Gen Zs are falling for it, and they're getting tricked by the romance scams and all that other stuff. And maybe that is true, but in most cases, from what I can see, from my own personal opinion and experience, they're going after the senior citizens. And it's a shame that the government doesn't do more to protect senior citizens. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying on that. BB says, no, I have not seen the series Bates Motel. It was pretty good. It starred the guy, what is his name? He was in The Good Doctor. A whole bunch of movies. I mean, when you see him, you'll know who he is. But it was a good one. Diana Root says, hello from Columbus, Ohio. Diana here. Love watching your show. Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Diana. Thank you. RK says hey to Julio. He says he's also from New Jersey. Manuel says hello to Diana. Rehan since 2022 says, hello, my name is Mike from the United Healthcare. How are you doing today? Welcome. Burr says, state income tax and selling information, in my opinion, anyway, doesn't have anything to do with it. I have to talk to the FTC once who ended up shutting down a U.S. company, but legitimate companies. Guys, you know the system is not perfect. Our system here in the U.S. is great, but it ain't perfect. Sometimes the wrong people get punished. Sometimes the bad guys get let go, and it's a shame. But bottom line is, when it comes to scams, whether it's through your email, through your text message, telephone calls, whatnot, be aware of what's going on. Be aware that if somebody's calling you and trying to convince you of something and it doesn't feel right, it feels even a little iffy, there's a really good chance it ain't right and it's bad. And please, good God gravy, do not give people your personal information, especially over the phone. Everybody in my audience knows this. You guys have seen all the different types of ways that they try to contact you and try to get your information and try to steal from you. And you guys know what's happening. You're aware of what's happening. Trust me, the FTC and the government ain't going to do anything about it. It's a shame, but they ain't. Manuel says, I'm doing good on Saturday, Clifford. Watch a soccer game, the women's soccer. Okay. Burr says U.S. companies have outsourced. 2 different companies are the ones that can usually sell the scams call centers. That's one of the most scariest thought about U.S. companies contacting foreign countries to do call centers, because you never know, and you can have there could be bad apples in every bunch, and it happens. When I worked for a credit card company for many years. And when I was in the security department, we handled credit card security issues. And one of the stories one of our main instructors told us was that the company had hired some people, and there was one lady who literally for an entire day just sat there and screen printed people's accounts, information pages. That's all she did. And when she attempted to walk out the door with the information, they stopped her. But she literally was a mole, a plant in the company trying to steal customers' personal information. Now, they were able to stop it, but they literally tried to have somebody do that in a new training class. And I'm like, wow, I'd rather have a job and get paid than try to steal a whole bunch of customers' money. But there's people out there who'll do it, or try to do it at least. Jim says, hey to RK. I also live in New Jersey, he says. Clifford says to Manuel, I'm watching hockey tonight. That's my thing. Very good. RK says hello to Jim. Manuel says, okay, I like watching hockey. Never got into hockey, so I don't know what to say about that. Darlene says, Izzy loves cream cheese, but won't eat it with a pill in it. She's being very stubborn, tries the crushed up method too. I think, honestly, I think the dogs just love whipped cream so much that even if there is a hint of pill in there, they don't care. Rehan says, I love Shameless. Okay. Manuel says, I miss your monster, your cat. She's around, trust me. RK says, any movie with a doll in it scares the hell out of me. Really? Okay. I understand what you're saying. I'm there, right there with you. Sue says, can you talk about buying things on the internet? I bought a beauty product from a company brought before right after my card was compromised. What did I do wrong? The bank shut down. Okay. When it comes to buying stuff online, guys, you have to understand the majority of time buying something online is generally a safe thing to do. You can go online and buy stuff, but that doesn't mean your information won't get compromised. It can happen. I'm not saying never, ever, ever buy anything online because there's a chance somebody's going to steal your information. But it happens. It happens to everybody. Your best bet to be safe is to use reputable sellers, such as like eBay or Amazon or Walmart or reputable companies. My mother-in-law tends to see a pop-up on Facebook, and ooh, that's interesting. And she'll go to buy something and put her credit card, and it's like, what's the name of the company? She's like, I have no idea. You got to be careful of that. You got to be careful of that, because you have no idea where it's going. And Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and all that, they don't care if it's true or not. They don't care if it's a valid thing or not. They're being paid no matter what. So you just got to be careful. I always say, go with reputable companies when you're ordering stuff, and that's usually your safest bet. And know that if somebody does compromise your credit card, in most cases, you're not responsible, as long as you dispute it in a timely manner. And, if they have to change your account number, they have to. But I will never tell somebody, never, ever, ever go on the internet and order anything, because people do it all the time. There's probably billions of transactions every single day that are absolutely 100% legitimate and go through without any problem, compared to the small percentage of stuff where it's not nice, it's not good, but you can't run and hide from that. So you have to, and from somebody who used to work at the security portion of a credit card company, check your statements, be aware of what your balance is, be aware of what charges are coming on your account. And if you see something you don't recognize, contact your company. Let them know there's something on there you don't recognize. And sometimes you'll find out, oh, I know what that is. It's just the name. You don't recognize the name, but you know what the charge is. Sometimes it's okay to do that, It's okay to do that, but please check your statements, keep an eye on, and don't give any of your personal information out over the phone. If you call a company and they need your credit card information and so forth, if you're calling them, that's a whole different story than if somebody's calling you, because you never know who's on the other side of that line. Be careful, Sue. That's all I'm saying. Vicky says, I was terrified of the Wizard of Oz for years. Oh, yes, the witch scared the ever-looming crap out of me. I'm there with you, too. Glenn says, do a search on YouTube for Walmart Clown. It's a commercial you won't be able to stop laughing. Okay, I'll look that up. Manuel says, Rehab says, happy Saturday night. Rehan says, happy Saturday night. Rehan says, if you are a senior citizen, I'll catch you on Monday. Okay. RK says to Sue, I use virtual card, a mini version of credit card with a minimum limit so that no one can scam. Another option, and some of you may not like this option, is PayPal. PayPal is a way to pay a merchant using your credit card without giving your credit card information to the company. I've used PayPal for many, many years. I've never had a problem with them. I do know people who have had issues with them, and they turned into big issues, but I personally have never had a problem with PayPal. So it's an option. Bill says, have you seen The Jester? No, I don't think I have. Is that a horror movie? Tattle says, when the Wicked Witch of the Wizard of Oz turns over the hourglass and told Dorothy she was going to die when the sands ran out, I was scared. Oh, wow, me too. Actually, the whole transformation scene while they're in the tornado scared the crap out of me. It's like, and I knew it was coming because I'd seen it before, but every time I see it, scared the everling crap out of me. Whoops. Jim says, hey to RK, remember the movie trilogy of terror from the Voodoo Doll? That scared the crap out of me. Oh boy. BB says, I think I saw that one, The Walk. I was scared also, but fascinated by it. Did they ever watch Ice Road Trucker? That is scary. No, I've never seen Ice Road Trucker, but driving, not as scary, but heights scary. Darlene says, when I live in New York, my boyfriend at the time brought me to the movie Nightmare on Elm Street. I walked out of it after 10 minutes. That was one that when my daughter was younger and not old enough to see a movie like that, but she was really curious, I sat down with her and watched it with her. And there was a couple other horror movies that we watched together. And I showed her some of these movies are ridiculous. They're so ridiculous. You got to laugh at them. She and I laughed our butts off at some of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. There's literally one. I don't know if you rewatch any of them. There's one where a girl is running away from Freddy and she goes down a flight of stairs and he falls and you literally see the mattress he falls on. You can see it in the shot. And then at one point, she's running through the dining room and she grabs a napkin and she throws it up in his face. And he's like, oh! And she literally delays him with a napkin. Just dumb, but you got to laugh at it. Sue says the bank shut down my cards due to it being compromised. Well, that's one of the things the companies do is they look out for unusual activity and they will freeze your account if they see something that's highly suspicious until you say it's right, so it's a good thing. They're watching your back. Manuel says, I like to watch Ice Road Trucker. Very cool. RK says to Jim, hell no, 1975 movies scared my childhood out of me. Tammy's here. Hey, Tammy says, hello, I'm new to your channel. I am loving your videos. I can't believe how ignorant and disgusting these scammers are. Yep, it's a shame, but it's true. Bill says, the screaming soul. I think he means screaming skull. Jim sends smiley faces, laughing faces. Bill says skull. Yep, there you go. See, I knew that one. Sarah says, feel better, Glenn. I have COVID a couple of years ago. Not fun. Nope, no, it isn't. RK says, the very first Evil Dead, I couldn't sleep for 3 nights. I'm trying to remember if I've ever actually seen... I know Evil Dead is probably one of Avery's all-time favorites. I don't know if I've ever seen it from start to finish. I think I've only ever seen bits and pieces of it. I don't think I've ever sat down and watched the whole movie. Rehan says, Tammy, I'm a professional scammer. Well, good for you. Enchilada Spike says, I have an account and introduce myself as Irka, spelling I as in India, R as in Rahid, K as in and A as in Angli. They curse and hang up. Very good. Manuel says, it's soccer game of the American Copra 2024. Oh, okay, I gotcha. You know I don't know anything about soccer. Bill says, what are you looking to purchase for your store? I'm always looking for comics. I have people that bring in DVDs and toys. And matter of fact, last weekend I bought a bin of just Imaginext sets. I don't know if you know what these are, but they're like building sets. They're not Legos, but they're like large building sets for kids. And there's like a pirate one, and there's another one, and just a big, huge bin. And I can't wait to go through it and, number one, make sure I have all the pieces, and then we'll see what happens. But I'm always looking for comics. Absolutely. Jim says to RK, I was scared to go to the bathroom. I heard something behind the shower curtain. See, that scares the crap out of me, the thought of something behind the shower curtain. Ooh. Manuel says hello to Enchilada. Rehan says, Spikes, I'll pronounce your name in Indian alphabets. Okay. RK says to Manuel, it goes by Copa America, famous Latin American soccer tour, better than EPL for me. I'll have to take your guys' word on it. I don't know anything about soccer. Ensenina Spikes. I don't know why I say enchilada. Rehan, how many alphabets does Indian have? RK says, smiley faces to Jim. Spikes 27. Ensenina says, hello, Manuel. Same to you. I almost said shame. That's not what you said. Says, it's too complicated. That's too complicated. The Lady P says, hi to everybody. Hello, welcome to the show. Rehan says, I'll explain it to you, Spikes. Okay. Manuel says, yes, RK, same here, Latin American Kappa. Ensenina says, Rehan, I'm fine with the ones I know, non-Indian, but thank you. Jim says, when we were in elementary school, they showed the Saturday matinee Die Monster Die. I don't think I've ever seen that one. Okay. BB says, is that one you said you saw the previews for? Which one are you talking about? I think I'm getting really far behind on the chat, so let me see if I can catch up. Bill says, what school did you go to where there was nothing to do? Hook me up. It was definitely elementary school, and it was always at the end of the year. Always at the end of the year. Oh, that reminds me. You remember that picture that I was looking for that I wanted to show you guys last time? I found it. Hold on just one second. This is one of those this is one of those pictures that is just I just love
the whole thought of it. This is both. I know I probably told you guys this before. My wife and I both went to the same high school. She was 1 year behind me. I was class of 92. She was class of 93. We met in high school, fell in love, eventually got married, and had 2 children. And our daughter, the one who's going to be married, also went to the same high school that my wife and I went to and graduated from it. And when she was graduating, we got her senior picture, and this is the image that I made of it. And let me see, and I shared it with everybody. So I'm going to share it with you guys. But this is my senior picture, my wife's senior picture, and our daughter's senior picture. And I used to joke around with people. I said, brains plus beauty equals perfection. Was I not a dork or what? What a dork. What a nerd. I don't know how this woman found me and decided that I was the one she wanted to be with the rest of her life. But thank God she did. But this is me, my wife, and my gorgeous daughter. And what's really funny about this picture is that my daughter had teachers that she went to in her years in school that were also teachers for me and my wife. And one of them, one of our art teachers, was describing my daughter to somebody else who had also known us as students at the school. And she said, Ayla is the perfect combination of her father and her mother, but with really great hair. As you can tell by this picture, she's a knockout, and I love her, and she's great. And I'm so proud of that kid, and I'm looking forward to what's going to come next. But that was a picture. That was the picture I was trying to show you guys. Maybe not last time, but the time before. But I'm proud of that kid. She's great. Oh, I did a full screen, which blocked out the comments. So let me get back to the comments real quick. I don't know exactly where I stopped, but I'm gonna have to jump around a little bit because I lost my place. But somebody sent me sent me some money. Oh my goodness gracious! I want to get to that first. Jamie says, "Scammers, look out who you call." That's right. Sent me $20. Thank you so much, Jamie. That is so awesome. I appreciate you coming in and sharing with me. I mean, freaking A. That's awesome. This is not the reason why I do this. I have a lot of fun with you guys, but I'm so glad you guys are here, and I appreciate it. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. This is where Jamie came in at the beginning. Says, hello from Green Bay. You know me. I don't have a YouTube, but I F with the scammers every day. Well, perfect. Perfect, Jamie. I absolutely love that. I love that. All right. Let me just quickly scan through and see who else was able to join. Glass Bottles here says, hey to Christina. And says scammers using US TV commercials for their scams. They absolutely 100% do. And once again, this is one of those things with like Facebook, and they don't care. They're getting paid. So whether or not the company or the person's advertising on their channels, they don't care if it's valid or not. It doesn't matter. They're getting paid. So they are not the ones to protect us. They're not the ones to protect us from scammers because they're getting paid. Just always keep that in mind when you get advertisements, All right. Finn's here. Finn says, I just wanted to say hello. Well, welcome to the show. How long ago was that? Oh, that was about 20 minutes ago. Okay, so we are super, super far behind. I'm just going to scroll real quick, see if anybody else made it in. Let's see. Guys, I hate to say this. I'm not going to be able to read all the comments tonight. But, James is here. James says, James, that is my name. I am from Green Bay. I get these calls all the time, and I play with them. The longer I keep them on the phone, the less they're going to scam a real person. I'm 62. Fantastic. Jamie, thank you. I said James. I meant Jamie. Jamie, thank you so much. That's awesome. That's such a great thing. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. Sorry, I completely got lost in the chat. There was a conversation that I wanted to bring up with somebody who left some comments on some of the channels, but I meant to have them up and ready to go before I started, and of course I did not. So that is my bad. So hopefully we'll talk about it more later. Let's see who else is here. Michelle's here. Hey, Michelle. Says, I love a cat who likes to get into the shower. I have a cat who likes to get in the shower. Scares me sometime when he jumps out. Stupid cat. Laugh out loud. All the cats in this house, as soon as you turn on the shower, boom, they're gone. They run, which is fine with me because I don't want a cat jumping in my shower at all. All right. And let's see. All right, cool. I think I got everybody. But listen, guys, I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping this up. I'm sorry I lost track of the chat and have lost where I was, and there's no way for me to go back and do this in a timely manner. But I appreciate everybody who came out this evening. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. If you are in a rainy part of the country or it's raining where you're at, please be safe when you're out there on the roads, because we want everybody to be back next week. So be safe. I hope you all have a fantastic week. There's only 5 more of them for me left at the job. So I'm very, very excited. I'm very, very happy. Oh, guys, you have no idea how exciting this is for me. But as I always say, if you guys get calls like the ones I get, remember, either hang up on them or screw with them like I do. And if you do screw with them, try to share. Try to record it. Oh, I screwed it up already. If you do screw with them, try to record it and share it with everybody. Remember the golden rule, Avery's favorite quote of this channel: screw and share. I wish more people would record the calls they get from scammers, specifically from scammers. I mean, that's a big thing. If you get a scam call, record it and share it with people so other people know what's going on out there. I get a lot of the same calls over and over again, and I mess with them as much as I can. But there's other scams out there that I don't get, that other people do. The more people are aware of what these people are trying to do, the better everybody else is. So just keep that in mind. You guys, I appreciate it. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you all here next time. Thanks a lot, everybody.